Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our live session today. I am very excited and happy to join you, and because I want to talk to you, and I know who I'm talking to. It's basically black women, basically black women 40 plus. So tell me, I want to know how you're doing. Today, I'm going to ask more questions. Here's one thing I want to know. I have been talking for a while, not much though. I want to know what do I need to know about you. How can I help you? How can I help you thrive? How can I help you not just merely surviving, but how do you thrive? And the reason I'm saying that because we know that the brain can do that. And so my mission is to make sure that you as a black woman, you not only survive, but you thrive. So I have questions for you. I need to know, I've been doing some few talking. What do I need to do? I know, just like the people I see in my office, there are many of you who are doing the great things that you're doing for people you care about. I know from the time you get up this morning, you're already feeling overwhelmed, mentally exhausted, not because of things that you have to do for yourself, but because of the things that you have to carry. So I need to know. Send me questions. I know there are people who are looking at this who want to live your best life. Here's a question I ask. Uh, I ask sometimes my patients, which are 80% black women. I am surprised when I ask people how many times, if you had a magic one within the next 6 months, and I'm asking you, if you had a magic one within the next 6 months, how many times will you take a vacation? When I ask people that, they said they don't even. I'm surprised they don't even know what to answer. And I prompt them again. I said, okay, would you be okay with taking a vacation? Even the word vacation, women, black women like you are not used. In fact, I talked to someone yesterday and I said, when was the last time you took a vacation? This is someone who's trying to who came to my office saying that I have to take my grandchildren from the from the system. And she says that I have to get my children, my grandchildren, her daughter's children, three of them. And I asked her, when was the last time you took a vacation? She actually, it took her like 3 to 5 minutes to think about it. And guess what she said? She said she has not really taken any time for herself more than 2, 3 days since 2008. That actually surprised me. That so many people that I've met, women especially, black women, it's it's natural for you to sacrifice your life, your health, for the people you care about. So my mission is to make sure the same people like you I see in my office who are doing all the things that you're doing, but the goal is to for you to not to merely survive but to thrive. So this is why I want to ask you. I want to help you. Tell me what do I need to do and send me suggestions. Send me comments. Join my Facebook group, Rewriting Your Future with Dr. Kelly. I can help you. It's not because I am so much the foremost expert, but because I really believe in the science, the neuroscience of the brain. And guess who has helped me to really solidify my belief in that? Women like you have sat down in front of me. I go to the books and read it and apply it. And within the next past 8, 7, 8 years, I really have become, I know now that the brain, your brain, which it has done all the time, can visualize your best life and manifest it into reality. So that's why I'm talking to you. I want to know. I know today, by the time you get up, you probably have done 15, 20 different things, and your mind is running. And by default, you probably most likely to leave yourself last. So that's why I'm on a mission to make sure that black women like you don't merely survive but to thrive. And it also comes from personal experience. I do not think that women, anyone, but more especially women, black women who carries this society on their back, should sacrifice your health like my mother did, like the some people I know close to. so the other people around you can thrive. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't have to happen. So what I'm telling you is that we have the tools, we have the brain tools. What I want you to do is join me on my Facebook group, DM me, send me suggestions, comments. I want to know how to help you. So as I mentioned, the conversation I want to have with you is something that is very dear and close to my heart. It's about your mental wellness, the mental wellness of Black women like you. What I want to talk to you about is we thought that why breathing is just to keep you alive. It's not just to keep you alive. I forgot my brain. So what I want to talk to you about today is how breathing is not just to keep you alive, but breathing specifically is to help you power through power through the day while you're doing all those things. Because what breathing does, we've done an MRI experiment. They found out that when they found out if you put someone's brain MRI who's feeling anxious, the brain shows rigidity. It's rigid. When they take deep breath, the brain changes from being rigid to relaxation. You know why that's important? This part of the brain, the frontal brain, is where you make all decisions. And that's where, if I can show it, that's where you tend to feel overwhelmed and mentally exhausted. Because the reason that's important, if the frontal brain is feeling mentally exhausted and overwhelmed, then you cannot make good decisions for yourself and the people you care about. You will not be able to see clear to make the best decisions. So, but it's important. If you don't do that, then by default, what you have done is to live yourself last. And a lot of people I talk to, they say, well, I have to help my sons, I have to help my children. Of course you have to help them, but you shouldn't have to sacrifice your health. It should not have to be at the expense of your health. So what I want to impart on you is to know that if you going through the day, you're feeling overwhelmed and exhausted, 2 to 3 times a day, make sure you do what align your mind, your brain and body. I call it breathe, rest, and digest. How you do that is 2 to 3 times a day during today. If you're feeling overwhelmed, even if you don't feel overwhelmed, it's very important to make sure you lower your cortisol level, the stress hormone, so your frontal brain can have the space that you need to breathe, rest, and digest. And the way you do it, you either do deep breathing, you take deep breath 10 times in a quiet place, and while you're doing that, you can take a positive affirmation that you like, that answers to you for what you have to face for the day. You can recite it, reflect on it. You can do what I said, positive affirmation, mindful positive affirmation. You can do mindful walking. I am outside in the backyard of my house. It's a place that invites relaxation. So 2 or 3 times a day, make sure you don't forget yourself while you're doing all the things that you're doing, that you go somewhere 2 to 3 times a day, that you connect your mind, brain, and body so you can breathe, rest, and digest. That way, the goal is for you not to live yourself last. And we know the consequences of it. Um, Oftentimes, we know the stats. More than 60% of Black women, we don't like to hear that. I was talking to someone yesterday. She put her head down. I said, well, you need to hear that, because if we don't hear it, then we tend to not to pay attention. More than 60% of Black women older to 20 have some form of heart disease. That's my mission. And you know what is directly linked to heart disease is the mental load. It's not. I'm not even going to call it chronic stress. But when we say chronic stress, you feel like I'm doing something wrong. That's not what we're talking about. It's really the mental load that you normally carry. So what I want to leave you with today, make sure that throughout the day, you do some deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation. You can Google it and find what it is. So you can breathe, rest, and digest, and be kind to yourself so you can power through, and you can not only merely survive. I believe that Black women like you deserve to thrive. You should thrive. Because if you're good for yourself, well, let me put it, if you're good for yourself, then you're good for the rest of us. With that, please leave me questions, because I want to know, because I need feedback to know how can I best help you. Join my Facebook group, follow me on Instagram. With that, we can all thrive, not only merely survive. Bye. See you next time.